Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope every one of you is doing great. This is your coach Tahrim Tariq here from the platform of University.org and vjob.org, and I cordially welcome all of you in your new session of content writing class. And in this session, we will be discussing about lecture number 3, lecture number 4, and lecture number 5 of this week. And those lectures are going to be about the basics of content writing, that what are the basics that you must learn about content writing and what are the prerequisites of content writing. Then comes the fundamental requirements of content writing, like being a content writer, what you must have, and what are the prerequisites for you people in order to start your career as a content writer. Then we will proceed further towards the types of content writing. I will try my best to cover all these three lectures in today's video, because we spent the last lecture in discussing about your issues and problems, and we skipped one day in this regard. So in today's video, I will try my level best in order to discuss all the three lectures. But if we skip any one of it, then we will discuss it in the upcoming lectures. And but all the recorded lectures are provided up over there on your LMS, on the course page of content writing, and you people are more than welcome to listen all the recorded lectures and add your submission. So please do not skip your submissions, as these are really very important and crucial for you. So I would suggest that please complete your submissions as much as possible and as early as possible as you can. So let me share my screen first, then we will start proceeding ahead. Okay. So I hope my screen is shared with you people. So here's the lecture number 3, and lecture number 3 is all about the basics of content writing. So without wasting more times here and there, and how you are going to proceed further on the course page, we will not discuss it right now because we are lagging behind time, and I have to cover up these three lectures in today's lecture. So without wasting more time, we will directly discuss about all the topics over there, that is lecture number 3, 4, and 5. And if you people have any question, we are going to discuss it in the end of this session, when I will set all of you on stage, and then you can unmute your mic and you can ask your questions. Okay. So more than welcome the students who has joined us right now, and who are new to this course. You are more than welcome to ask any questions in the group as well, and also in the inbox of WhatsApp, because you people are new to this, and I will also provide you the video tutorial that will guide you a lot about how you can navigate on University.org and how you are supposed to take your courses. Okay. So just one thing, keep in your mind that you have to complete your submissions by this weekend, because for this week, because we are going to send you the stipend, advanced stipend this week, and that is for your honor. And you have to complete your submissions of this week right over there on the course page of content writing, also on other mandatory courses, and the course of freelancing. And then you are good to go to proceed ahead in the next week, because in the next week I'm not going to discuss it again and again that your this submission is missing and that submission is missing and you have to complete it. So please, I request all of you to please complete all your submissions by this weekend. Okay. So without wasting more time, let's proceed towards the topic, that is what are the basics of content writing. Like being a content writer, what are the basic skills that you require? If I correct this topic name, it must be like, what are the basic skills that you must require as a content writer. So content writing is itself a collection of skills. So in content writing, that is what we call a skill based education. In the field of content writing, you have to learn about so many other skills, like research skills. You must have good research skills. You must know that how you are going to create a content, how you are going to compile the content, how you are going to edit that particular content, proofread that content, optimize that content. And for all these skills, you have all the tools, different tools available for you people. Okay. So these are the basics of content writing, and being a content writer, it is your duty, it is your responsibility to learn all these skills and develop all these skills. I'm not going in detail of all these aspects, but I will discuss all the major points regarding this. For example, as the basic skill of content writing, you must have a basic skill of research, that you must know that whenever I assign, for example, as a client I assign you a topic, then how you are going to research, write content about that. Before writing up the content, before creating up the content, you have to research about that topic, that what your competitors are doing in that particular topic. When you do not know about that, what your competitors are writing in that particular aspect, then how you are going to create a creative content that makes difference from your competitors, and how you are going to rank your content on Google without having a research on that what your competitors are doing in that particular topic. So you must have a very good research skill, and for that purpose you have to go ahead on Google, and you have to research a lot about that particular topic. You have to grab all the different aspects of that topic, then you are good to go, and you are more than welcome to create your own content. So research is very important for content for a variety of reasons. First you need to conduct a research to determine who you are writing for, and the best content writers cultivate a specific voice to speak to a certain audience. As we discussed in the first session, that there are two basic terminologies that you must understand as a content writer. First one was the targeted audience. And what does a targeted audience mean? I hope you all are very well aware of this terminology, that what does a targeted audience mean. We discussed it about it in very detail in the last lecture. Then for that purpose, in order to write content in the right way for your correct audience, for your targeted audience, you have to research about that particular topic, that what your targeted audience wants to view in your topic, and what they want to read in your content. So in accordance with their readability, you have to create your content. You have to keep in mind your targeted audience, and for that purpose you have to do a lot of research. The more you understand your customer, the more you can connect with the person on an emotional level. So when you have a pretty much knowledge about your targeted audience, and their mood swings, and their desirabilities, that what they want to be there in your content, then you are going to write the correct content for your audience, for your targeted audience. Then you are going to connect with them as a person on their emotional levels. And it is really very important to research any information you are going to writing about. Factual credible information is the key in the content production, and even if the content you are writing is primarily for the entertainment purpose, you have to grab all the entertaining points of that particular topic. So take to make your content as compelling as possible, you have to research about the three aspects. For example, if we are talking about that, you have to research about before writing your content, you have to research about it. So what does that particular research means? You have to do your research in the three aspects. First one is your subject matter, second one is your customers, and third one is your competitors. First one is your subject matters. Learn as much as you can about the topic and use references of reputable sources to give your work credibility. So when if there is no content writer who can say that I am going to write from scratch on this topic. No, not even a single content writer can do this, because everyone has to take idea about that particular topic before creating their own type of content. So you have to do research about your subject. What is the subject here is the topic that I assigned you as a client. For example, you are going to write blogs for a certain website, then how you are going to proceed ahead. Before proceeding ahead, you have to take an idea about that particular website, that either it is for cosmetic, either it is for a kind of any other kind of website. It depends that who you are writing for. So you have to do a lot of research about your subject, about the topic that you have to write for. For example, I am writing as a content writer for Viversity.org, and I know the major three aspects of Viversity, that Viversity is providing skill based education, is providing scholarships, it is a non-profit organization. So I will be there in a certain domain that completes all these three aspects. So being a content writer, whenever you are start writing your content, you must have to grab your concepts about that particular subject. Then comes, you have to research about your customers. Customers are your targeted audience. For example, on viversity.org, you all are customers. On you all are you all are my targeted audience. So I have understand that my targeted audience for viversity.org is the students who are school going students, who are college going students, who are university going students. So I am going to create that kind of content in the blogs of viversity.org that are particularly related in these three domains. So this is how you have to grab the pretty much knowledge about your customers, your targeted audience before starting up your content. And for that purpose you have to do research. Then comes your competitors. So why the third reason why you are doing research before writing your content is to grab the major point that what your competitors are currently writing on that particular topic. Okay. So if your competitors are creating a kind of content that is really unique, you have to be more unique in your content. And if you are having a very tough competition in a certain topic, then you have to be more vigilant about your content. You have to be more creative in your content. So these are the three aspects in which you have to do research before creating up your content. This is the basic of content writing, and you must have a very good research skill before starting your career as a content writer. For example, you are going to become a freelance content writer. There is a whole sum of competition in this regard. As you can see on every freelancing site, I can bet on it that everyone in Urdu, if we say that हड्डियां घिसानी पड़ती हैं इंसान को जब आप फ्रीलांसिंग में आते हैं और जब आप फ्रीलांसिंग की दुनिया में जाते हैं. So you have to be really very vigilant whenever you are going to create your content as a content writer. And if you want to pursue further as a content writer, you have to be very creative. Your research skills must be very strong, that you must have an idea that what your competitors are currently writing in that particular aspect, so that you may create your content, you may make your content more creative as compared to your competitors, and you make a difference to them. Then comes master the key components of the content. For example, you must have a knowledge about what are the key components of a content. So before writing up any kind of content, you must know that these are the three major aspects, these are the three major elements of a particular content. Whatever kind of content you are going to create, either you are going to create social media content, either you are going to create blog content, either you are going to write for academics, it doesn't matter, but these three elements are there in every type of content. For example, and sorry, what are these three elements? First one is head turning headlines. Okay. Then comes a compelling hook line. Then comes stay clear and focused. Okay. So whenever we talk about these three elements of the content writing of any of the content, that makes the difference with your audience, that makes your content more readable, that makes your content more engaging, that grabs the audience attention right after audience view that particular headline. So head turning headline must be there in every type of content. It doesn't matter you are going to write review article for academics, you are going to write research article for academics, you are going to create an assignment for some students, and if it doesn't matter if you are going to create blog writing, blog content, or kind of social media content. These are the major elements that are going to be there in every type of content, and I will show you people practically about this, that these are the major three elements and you have to keep in mind. So what are the just for your sake of kind of brainstorming, you must know about the 5 major strategies we discussed in the last session, and these are the 3 major elements that are going to be there in every type of content writing. And whenever I'm going to discuss about any of the type of content writing in my practical demonstrations, I will apply all those strategies and also these 3 elements in every type of content writing. So you must keep in mind, these are the guru mantra for you people, that you must keep in mind the 5 strategies, how you are going to create your content, and the major elements of that particular content. Okay. Then comes a compelling hook line. Hook line is always there whenever you are creating kind of content. For example, if I quote an example of a song over here, that whenever you are going to write a song for someone, for example, every song has a hook line. So every content must have a hook line that audience keep in their mind, and they are just interested in that particular hook line, and that particular hook line will attract your audience towards your content. So hook line is a major key to your success of your content. And you can also call it as in simple words, you can also call it as a keyword. Okay, so your keyword must be really very focused, to the point, and also straightforward, in the regard that audience keep that particular keyword in their minds. And it should be very simple in the jargon. It should be very simple, it should be a kind of very simple terminology that every kind of audience can understand in your content. Then comes stay clear and focused. Always, whenever you are doing content writing, whenever you are going to write a certain kind of content, you must be really very clear and focused in your content. Please do not roam here and there in your content and start from um, you are just roaming around to the aspects that are unnecessary in your content. So that will completely distract your audience, and your audience will not take interest in your content if you are not clear and focused on your single point. So before writing your content, you have to be very straightforward and clear and focused about a certain aspect whenever you are going to create a certain content for your audience. If you are not clear, if you are not focused about that particular aspect, about that particular topic, then you are not going to create a kind of focused content. So please, before roaming here and there and going in detail of the unnecessary things in your content, try to be to stay focused and clear in your content whenever you are going to create any kind of content. Then comes editing and optimizing your content. You must have really very good skill in order to understand the major concept behind your content. When you are done with your content, when you have created a kind of unique content in your aspect, then what your skill must be there is your editing skill and optimizing skill. Like checking your content for SEO, like whether your content is search engine optimized or not, whether you are using HTML taglines or not. What are the HTML taglines? These are the headings number 1, heading number 2, and these headings are going to lead your content. Okay, so this is another kind of a major element to be there in your content, that you must check your content that either it is SEO optimized or not, either you are using the right keyword or not, either you are utilizing your keyword as per as the time required for it. For example, if your keyword must be there in your title at one point, then your keyword is required in the explanation about 3 times. So you have to check that either your keyword has been used in your content for the requirements that are there for the SEO keyword to be there. Then comes examining readability. You have to read your content, you have to reread your content, review your content, and re-review your content, so that you understand that your content is readable and your audience is going to understand your content. If you are using a kind of difficult terminologies, if you are using a kind of difficult jargon in your content, then your audience will completely be distracted from your audience, and from your content. They will not take interest in your content if your content is not readable enough. Then comes relevancy. Relevance is really very important whenever you are going to write content. If your content is not relevant to the topic you are being assigned, then how you are supposed to rank your content on Google? And if your content is not relevant, you are roaming around here and there, you are emphasizing on the unnecessary details. So try to be really very focused and relevant about your content whenever you are going to create any kind of content. These are the basics of content writing, and these are required to be there whenever you are going to create content. It doesn't matter what type of content you are creating, you have to apply all these basic skills of content writing in that particular topic, or the project that is being assigned to you as a content writer. So that is all for lecture number 3. Let's come towards lecture number 4. I hope you people understood about the basic skills you require for content writing. Now comes the fundamentals of content writing. So what are the major fundamental habits you must adopt as a content writer? So these are the fundamental habits, and after that we will go to the concept of major types of content writing and what you are going to learn next as in this curriculum as well. So what are the major and fundamental habits that you must keep in mind while you are working as a content writer? First one is make your content habitual, not just as an occasional activity. So your content must be habitual. Habitual means that, for example, you are becoming a blog writer. Okay, now you are posting your first blog right now, and after that you are going to post your second blog after 2 months or 3 months. So this is a kind of this is a kind of occasional activity to post a certain blog. That is really bad being a content writer, and you have to be very habitual in your content. For example, if you are posting and you are creating YouTube videos, so you have to create YouTube videos in a kind of schedule. Like for example, if you are posting today, then you have to post next day and next day. This is how you are going to develop a habit of writing your content. If you are making your content not habitual occasional activity, then your audience is not going to take interest in your content. So try to make your content habitual instead of occasional activity. You have to be really very scheduled in this regard. You have to upload your content on regular basis. You have to write your content on regular basis. At the same time, you have to post your blog. Like if you are posting your blog right now at 1 p.m., then on the next day you have to follow the same time and the same slots in order to post your blog post, in order to add your blog post. Then comes the second habit you must adopt as a content writer, that is keep a sharp focus on your topic while remaining succinct. I told you in the last session of lecture number 3 that you have to be very focused, you have to be very relevant in your content, and keep a sharp focus on your content. Try to write precise and concise content. I always use this terminology, precise and concise. Precise means you are writing to the point, you are being straightforward in writing your content, and concise means you have to write enough kind of content that is readable for your audience. Like you must keep your word limit to about 1,000 words or 800 words whenever you are doing blog writing. But it depends on a kind of the content you are going to write. For example, if you are writing social media content, there is a kind of different word limit for that content. So you have to be very precise and concise while writing your content. Do not write in unnecessary details in your content and make your content uh, uh, and just exaggerating your content, that will make your audience more distracted towards your content instead of interested. Then comes use out of the box sources to gather better information. Simply listening to the conversations around you can help identify interesting questions that your content can answer. So when we are going to do keyword research, I will tell you the validated method of keyword research, that is to research about to write content that is in demand from the audience, that is in the trend of the audience. So that is what we call using out of the box sources. Like if you are answering the most trending question in your content, then why your audience is not going to take interest in your content? So you being a content writer, you must develop a kind of habit that start observing people, that what people are asking currently from one another. This is how you are going to make your content trending on Google and your on social media as well. For example, on social media it is trending like what are the skill based courses and how we can have the skill based courses. So start writing on skill based courses immediately. If someone is asking for a kind of cosmetic type any kind of cosmetic product, then start writing on that particular product. But you have to be very vigilant about your niche. If your niche is not cosmetic, not try to post cosmetic one day and on other day you are writing about the scholarships on your blog page. That is really very irrelevant kind of habit that content writers do adopt as a content writer. So please try to be in your niche, try to be really very precise and concise in your content. Do not roam here and there, do not add unnecessary details in your content. That will create boredom, and your audience will be not interested in your content. Then comes boredom is contagious. Again, at the same point that if you are going to add unnecessary details in your content, it will create boredom for your audience. So that is really very contagious for you as a content writer. Be conversational and cut the jargon. So if you are using a kind of difficult terminology in your content, if you are, no doubt you are a qualified person and you know about those terminologies, but please keep in mind that everyone in the audience is not that much qualified, and they are not going to understand that particular jargon. If they are not understanding your content, how they are going to take interest in your content? So try to be more conversational in your content instead of using different difficult jargons, and instead of using a kind of difficult terminologies in your content. Then comes, an original is worth more than a copy. So please do not copy paste any kind of content. You are doing you are writing plagiarized content. That is really very non-ethical and also unprofessional whenever you are becoming a content writer. It is considered as a crime in the field of content writing if you are doing just copying and pasting someone else content and doing plagiarized content writing. This is really very unethical and non-professional. So please do not write copy pasted content from any of the site. That is a kind of crime. If I talk about it, it is a kind of crime for the content writers if they are copying and pasting someone else content. Like if when you are the student and you have to add submissions on viversity.org, if you are copying someone else submission, that is also a kind of crime. And being your coach, I will immediately cancel your submission. If I am seeing that two students are posting the same submission, then I am going to cancel the submission for both of them, because both of them are doing crime right now, and both of them are culprits. So uh, just stop doing copy paste writing copy pasting content. That is a kind of crime in the field of content writing. Then comes, use audience feedback to shape content. So for example, you are my audience right now and I am writing content. For example, I am creating curriculum for you people, so I will ask you people that what you want to learn more about content writing, then I will add that particular topic to in this curriculum. So this is how you are supposed to add a kind of content that is more trending in your audience. Take your audience feedback in the comment section, and then on the basis of the comment, start doing that, but start creating that particular kind of content. Then comes, leave a footprint with visual storytelling. Try to be really very conversational and really very expressive in your content. Whenever you are expressing a kind of story in your content, it is really more interesting towards your audience as compared to the difficult terminologies and difficult content that you are providing them, that is not readable at all for them. So try to leave a footprint by expressing your content in the form of story, or try to be more adaptive towards the storytelling as compared to be kind of casual mode of content writing. Then comes, focus on better headlines and make it an experience. Why do people read content in the first place? If you attracted a reader with a great headline and compelling image, you are only halfway there. Now you have to drive on your promise, be descriptive, and offer entertainment as well as utility. What is going to be the differentiating factor that is going to keep your audience coming back for more and more in your on your blog page, on any of the site for which you are currently writing for? Maybe it is a series of gifts that relates to your content that makes your reader chuckle, and maybe it is the fact that there are that every step you write in is actionable and easy to follow. So then they are going to follow your content, then they are going to take more and more interest in your content. And if you are not following these points, so I'm sorry to say, being a content writer, you are going to fail in your content. Okay, that is all about lecture number 4. Then comes lecture number 5. We are going to discuss about lecture number 5. In this lecture, I hope I am not burdenizing you people. I am keeping it really very simple, and I am trying to keep it really very simple in expressing the major points about that particular topic. So try to be really very understanding towards your comprehension. Try to understand and comprehend a particular concept that we are providing you in this curriculum, I do always say that I am not going to emphasize theoretical concepts in the field of content writing, because content writing is not a kind of skill that you are going to learn by the help of cramming. I am more emphasized towards the practical demonstrations in content writing. So in the first week, you will get all the theoretical aspects of content writing. Then in the from second week onward, we are going to make it a bit difficult, and I will try my best to practically demonstrate in the simplest way as possible, in order to provide all the concepts related to content writing by help of practical demonstrations. Okay, so now in the lecture number 5, this lecture is going to be all about the types of content writing we will follow in this course as well. There are so many types of content writing. I cannot even grab all the content writing types in this curriculum, in this single curriculum of 3 months course. There are so many types of content writing then in which you can pursue further, and so many skills are already there in a person that are considered as a content writing if we talk about them in a professional way. So most of you are very well aware of academic writing. You people are doing your assignments on daily basis in universities and in colleges as well. So this is a kind of a skill. Whenever we talk about it in the field of content writing, we call it as an academic writing. If you know that how to create a resume, that is another type of content writing. If every one of you has a resume and you people have created by yourself, then how can anyone say that this is not a skill? So whenever we talk about it professionally, we call it as a skill, and in the field of content writing, and this is how the types and more subtypes of content writing are being created. So we will discuss about the major types of content writing, and there are so many subtypes of content writings also there in this particular field. For example, if we talk about website content writing, there are so many types of subtypes of website content writing. For example, blog writing, social media content writing, copywriting, product description writing, email marketing. These all are the subtypes of a single and major type of content writing, which is what we call website content writing. So first of all, the major field that we are going to follow in this course as well is the blogging. Blogging means creating blogs. Blogs are the central central part of a building a strong content in order to create a strong content strategy. So whenever we talk about the website content writing, we will talk about the content strategy, because as a client, as a content writer, you have to provide a complete content strategy to your clients. We discussed is that particular part in the lecture number 2 as well, that how you are going to create a content strategy. And also I will practically demonstrate you people as well that how you are going to create a content strategy for your client. But blog writing is the central part of the building. If we call your content strategy as a building, it is the central part of it. They can convey ideas related to the products and your brand while highlighting your thought leadership, and blogs can also be useful for SEO purposes and building organic traffic and raising brand awareness. Then comes email marketing. Email marketing is writing email for someone, and for example, if your clients are not very well aware of the fact that how they are supposed to write email, then you can provide your services as an email content writer. And email writing writing content for emails can help convert customers and generate better engagement for your business. Email marketing also helps to build loyalty and strengthen your opportunities for repeat purposes. Then comes social media content writing. Social media channels require content writers to communicate various ideas and campaigns as effectively as possible. Then comes product content. Product content writing means writing a product description. So, for example, you can work as a content writer for a kind of website in order to write the product description of a certain product. For example, if you are writing a description for the products of cosmetics, then you are going to explain each and every feature of that particular product in writing up your product description. Then comes brand journalism, and whenever you are working as a content writer for brand journalism, you are going to write press release for that particular brand. You are going to write newsletters for that brand. You are going to create brand stories for them, and also you will be responsible for internal communications. And these all are the requirements of content writer whenever he or she is working as a brand journalism. Then comes white papers and ebooks. Content writers can help to produce highly technical and professional content which requires a focus on a specific subject. This helps to strengthen the authority of the brand. Then comes video script, that as a content writer you can also work as a content writer in order to write content for the videos, for the YouTube videos. You can create the whole content for a YouTube video, and you can provide it to your client, and your client are going to provide it to the graphic designers, and that particular graphic designer is going to create a complete video for that on the basis of that particular content you are providing to your client. So these are the kind of major points of major types of content writing that we are going to cover in the course of content writing. I am not going to make any of the topic out of this world, like I'm not going to create any kind of rocket science over there. So I am more emphasized towards the practical demonstrations of content writing instead of providing you the content for cramming or kind of like this. So I hope you understood all these three concepts. If you have any question, let me just add all of you one by one on the stage. Then you can unmute your mic and you can ask your questions. Okay, that is all from my side. Now we can start the question and answer session. Okay, now I am adding all of you on stage. You can unmute your mic and ask questions.
Ma'am, I have one question. Uh,
Kindly start with your good name, please.
Ma'am, I'm Mohammed Tamoor, and I have
Okay,
one
Mohammed
question.
Tamu. Okay.
मैम आपने बताया कि आपको कंटेंट राइटिंग स्टार्ट करने से पहले रिसर्च करनी पड़ती है। तो
Hmm.
अब मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि हम लोग रिसर्च करते हैं अपने टारगेट ऑडियंस के बारे में, तो हम अपने टारगेट ऑडियंस के रिलेटेड क्या जो डाटा है, उनका जो बायर पर्सोना बनाएँगे, उनके जो इंटरेस्ट, उनके जो लाइक्स एंड डिसलाइक्स वो और ये सारा जो डाटा है वो हम कैसे हासिल करेंगे? कौन से ऐसे टूल्स हैं जिससे हम रिसर्च कर सकते हैं, कीवर्ड्स वगैरह कैसे हम कर सकते हैं?
अच्छा, जो आपका पहला जो क्वेश्चन है वो ये है कि आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि आपकी जो टारगेटेड ऑडियंस है वो क्या है, ठीक है? ये तो सबसे पहले आपको डिपेंड करता है कि आपने जब किसी क्लाइंट के लिए लिखना स्टार्ट किया, फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने आपको यहाँ पर एग्जांपल कोट की थी कि अगर मैं यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए एज अ कंटेंट राइटर काम करूँगी, तो सबसे पहले मैं उसकी साइट पर रिसर्च करूँगी, ठीक है? कि वो साइट किस चीज़ के बारे में है, उस साइट के एम्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या हैं, मेन मोटिव्स क्या हैं। जब आपको साइट का पता चल जाएगा मुकम्मल, तब आपको ये आइडिया होगा कि अच्छा इसकी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस क्या होनी चाहिए। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं यूनिवर्सिटी पे काम करूँगी तो मुझे पता है कि स्किल बेस्ड एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करिए, तो मेरी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस स्टूडेंट्स होने चाहिए। लेकिन अगर मैं वी जॉब के लिए सिमिलरली काम करूँगी एज अ स्टूडेंट, तो मैं वहाँ पर जो है वो मेरी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस कौन होगी, वो वाले सेलर्स जो कि प्रोजेक्ट्स को दे सकते हैं, और वो वाले बायर्स जो उन प्रोजेक्ट्स को कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? नाउ कम्स योर सेकंड क्वेश्चन। आपके एक ही क्वेश्चन के अंदर दो क्वेश्चंस हैं कि आप उनके बारे में रिसर्च कैसे करेंगे, ठीक है? तो आपने गूगल के ऊपर, जब आपको पहले खुद अंदाजा हो जाएगा कि इसकी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस ये होनी चाहिए, फिर आप उस टारगेटेड ऑडियंस के बारे में गूगल पर रिसर्च करते हैं कि करंटली जो ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक्स हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मुझे फ्रीलांसिंग साइट है, वीजॉब.org एक फ्रीलांसिंग साइट है, और मुझे उसकी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस के बारे में रिसर्च करना है कि उनमें आजकल लाइक्स और डिसलाइक्स क्या चल रहे हैं, तो मैं गूगल पर यही चीज रिसर्च करूंगी कि व्हाट आर द फ्रीलांसिंग, या आप उसके ऊपर वहां पर गूगल पर जो है वो इसी तरह से सर्च करोगे कि आजकल के ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक्स क्या हैं जो कि स्टूडेंट सर्च कर रहे हैं इन द फील्ड ऑफ फ्रीलांसिंग। तो वहां पर आपको पता चलेगा अच्छा कि फ्रीलांसिंग की उसमें ज्यादातर प्रोजेक्ट्स जो हैं वो आजकल ई कॉमर्स में आ रहे हैं, या डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में आ रहे हैं, या फिर कंटेंट राइटिंग में आ रहे हैं। तो आप उन्हीं के मुताबिक जो है वो कंटेंट लिखना स्टार्ट करोगे, उन्हीं के मुताबिक आगे ब्लॉग्स लिखना स्टार्ट करोगे। या फिर अगर आजकल स्टूडेंट जो है, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप यूनिवर्सिटी के हवाले से अगर मैं बात करूं कि मैं उस पर एक एज अ कंटेंट राइटर काम कर रही हूँ, तो मैं यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स के लाइक्स और डिसलाइक्स सर्च करना शुरू करूंगी कि आजकल स्टूडेंट्स क्या ढूंढ रहे हैं, फ्री स्किल बेस्ड एजुकेशन ढूंढ रहे हैं, ठीक है? फिर मैं ये पॉइंट अपने पास नोट डाउन कर लूंगी। देन मैं सोचूंगी कि अच्छा स्टूडेंट्स नेक्स्ट जो है वो सर्च कर रहे हैं अबाउट स्कॉलरशिप 2023, तो ये एक मेरा और कीवर्ड हो गया, तो मैं इसके बारे में सर्च करूंगी कि अच्छा ये ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक आजकल चल रहा है। फिर इसी तरह से जब आप गूगल पर सर्च करते हो, तो जब आप गूगल पर एक वर्ड लिखते हो, तो आगे नीचे आप देखोगे कि उसकी सिमिलर सर्चेज जो होंगी वो गूगल आपको प्रोवाइड कर देता है वहां पर। दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल द वैलिडेटेड मेथड ऑफ डूइंग कीवर्ड रिसर्च। वहां से आपको बहुत से क्वेश्चंस मिल जाते हैं और उसमें जो कीवर्ड होता है वो हाईलाइटेड होता है। फिर आप उन सबको जो है वो कलेक्ट कर सकते हो अपने पास, उन सारे कीवर्ड्स को। उसमें से आप देखो कि और मजीद डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स के अंदर स्टूडेंट्स ने किस तरह से ये वाला कीवर्ड जो है वो रिसर्च किया है। ये जब हम लोग कीवर्ड रिसर्च के टॉपिक पे जाएंगे तो मैं इसके बारे में आपको डिटेल तरीका बताऊंगी कि हम लोग किस तरह से जो है वो मैनुअली कीवर्ड रिसर्च करते हैं। यानी मैं आपको इस करिकुलम के अंदर पेड टूल्स के बारे में तो नहीं बताऊंगी, क्योंकि ये इतना एडवांस्ड कोर्स नहीं होने वाला कि जिसमें मैं आपको पेड टूल्स के बारे में बताऊं। और ना ही जब आप कंटेंट राइटिंग स्टार्ट करते हो एज अ करियर तो आप पेड टूल्स की तरफ नहीं जाते डायरेक्ट, आप फ्री टूल्स के साथ जो है वो अपना काम स्टार्ट करना शुरू करते हो और क्रिएटिव होना शुरू करते हो। ठीक है, तो मैं आपको वही वैलिडेटेड मेथड्स बताऊंगी कीवर्ड रिसर्च के जिनके थ्रू जो है वो आप राइट कीवर्ड रिसर्च कर सकते हो अपने ऑडियंस के लिए। ठीक है, ये हम लोग डिटेल में जब जाएंगे डिस्कस करेंगे, क्योंकि ये इटसेल्फ जो है वो बड़ा डिटेल टॉपिक है कि आपने
ओके मैम।
कीवर्ड रिसर्च कैसे करनी है। लेकिन आप टारगेटेड ऑडियंस कैसे ढूंढोगे अपनी, वो आई थिंक आपका क्वेश्चन जो है वो क्लियर हो जाएगा कि आपको खुद से आइडिया होना चाहिए कि आपकी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस क्या होगी इस वेबसाइट के लिए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप किसी मोबाइल फोन की वेबसाइट के लिए लिख रहे हो तो उसकी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस स्टूडेंट तो होने नहीं वाले। एग्जैक्टली तो आप उसके लिए वही चीज सर्च करोगे गूगल पर जो आपको लगता है कि ये इसकी टारगेटेड एक्सपेक्टेड टारगेटेड ऑडियंस होने वाली है। आप अपने दिमाग में पहले एक्सपेक्टेड टारगेटेड ऑडियंस अपने अपने आप को क्लियर करो उस चीज के बारे में, देन आप क्लियर चीजें जो है वो सर्च कर सकोगे गूगल पर। यही चीज मैंने आपको बताया ना कि आपको पहले खुद फोकस होना पड़ेगा अपनी टारगेटेड ऑडियंस की तरफ, देन यू आर गोइंग टू रिसर्च अबाउट योर टारगेटेड ऑडियंस। ओके, इज देयर एनी क्वेश्चन एल्स?
ओके मैम।
आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर क्लियर हो गया आपको?
यस मैम।
Thank you. Okay, now the next one. If anyone else and has any question, you are more than welcome to ask.
मैम मेरा एक और क्वेश्चन था।
हाँ जी।
मैम जब हम कंटेंट अपना रेडी कर लेते हैं, हम अपनी तरफ से पूरे कीवर्ड उसमें करते हैं और हम मेक श्योर हो जाते हैं कि हमारा कंटेंट एसईओ ऑप्टिमाइज्ड है। पब्लिश करने से पहले हम ये पता चला सकते हैं कि हमारा कंटेंट एसईओ ऑप्टिमाइज्ड है कि नहीं। आई मीन कि वो ऐसा ना हो कि पब्लिश होने के बाद हमें रिजल्ट्स ना आए, तो ऐसा हो।
नो नो, आपको अलाउड ही नहीं है कि आपने कंटेंट अपना एसईओ ऑप्टिमाइज किए बगैर पब्लिश कर दिया। हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? देखो, पब्लिशिंग करना जो है कंटेंट का वो एक लास्ट स्टेप आता है। उससे पहले आपको सबसे पहला स्टेप मैंने आपको जो लास्ट सेशन के अंदर डिस्कस की थी 5 स्ट्रेटजीज आपकी, उसमें 5 स्ट्रेटजीज के अंदर आपको सबसे पहले जो स्ट्रेटजी है वो यही है कि आपने कीवर्ड रिसर्च करनी है। और जब आप राइट कीवर्ड रिसर्च करते हो तो फिर इसका मतलब है कि आपका कंटेंट एसईओ ऑप्टिमाइज्ड है। बट इन केस अगर आपको उस पर रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं मिल रहा तो फिर आप मजीद ट्रेंडिंग कीवर्ड्स की तरफ जाते हो। हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल दैट यू आर गोइंग टू पब्लिश योर कंटेंट विदाउट एनी कीवर्ड रिसर्च? नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। You have to do your keyword research before publishing your content. Then after researching for your content, then comes आपने उसका जो पूरा एक माइंड मैप क्रिएट किया है, उस माइंड मैप में भी आप ये चीज अपने आप को जो है वो रिपीटेडली बताते हो कि मैंने टाइटल में कीवर्ड को इतनी दफा यूज करना है। यानी टाइटल में फॉर एग्जांपल ये क्या कहना चाहिए उसे, एक एग्जैक्टली नंबर होता है कि आपने टाइटल में कीवर्ड को एक दफा यूज करना है। फिर देन कम्स उसके बाद आ जाता है बैकग्राउंड, तो बैकग्राउंड में आपने कीवर्ड को 2 से 3 दफा यूज करना होता है। फिर उसके बाद जब आप डिटेल डालते हो तो आपने 7 से 8 दफा कीवर्ड को यूज करना होता है। फिर डिटेल के बाद एट द एंड जब आप कंक्लूजन लिखते हो उसी टॉपिक पर, तो कंक्लूजन के अंदर आपने 2 दफा कीवर्ड को यूज करना होता है। तो ये एक स्पेसिफिक नंबर होता है जिसमें आपने जितने टाइम आपने उस कीवर्ड को अपने कंटेंट के अंदर यूज करना होता है। और जितना ट्रेंडिंग आप कीवर्ड चूज करोगे अपना कंटेंट लिखने के लिए, उतना ट्रेंडिंग आपका, उतना ही सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइज्ड कंटेंट आप लिख सकोगे। फिर जब आप लिख लेते हो कंटेंट तो उसके बाद आप खुद रिव्यू करते हो उसको, उसके बाद आप अपने कोलीग से उसको रिव्यू करवाते हो, पढ़ाते हो, एडिटिंग करते हो उसकी। देन अगर आपको मजीद आपके डिस्क्रिपेंसीज हैं आपके कंटेंट में और आपको बताया गया है कि इसके अंदर ये चीजें मजीद होनी चाहिए, फिर आप उनको रिव्यू करते हो, रिव्यू करते हो, बार बार पढ़ते हो, देन आप उसको जो है वो पब्लिश करते हो कंटेंट को। ऐसा नहीं होता। लेकिन हाँ, पब्लिश करने के बाद अगर आपको रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहा तो आप अपनी स्ट्रेटेजी थोड़ी सी चेंज कर सकते हो, मजीद दूसरे कीवर्ड्स की तरफ जा सकते हो। राइट?
ओके मैम।
Is there any question?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Okay, your good name please.
Umar Shafiq, ma'am.
Okay, Umar, what is the question?
मैम एज लाइक जिस तरह हम लोग सोशल मीडिया पे ट्रेंड्स चलते हैं, एज लाइक जब इमरान खान के ट्रेंड्स चल रहे थे तो उसके वो टैग्स यूज करते थे सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट पे, तो इसी तरह हम लोगों को भी ऐसे कीवर्ड्स यूज करने पड़ेंगे ना?
राइट, राइट। आपको ट्रेंड देखना पड़ेगा। देखो, सबसे पहले आप सिलेक्ट करते हो अपनी नीश। फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने सिलेक्ट कर लिया कि मैं पेट्स के बारे में ब्लॉगिंग किया करूंगी। अब मैं चूज करूंगी वो वाले कीवर्ड्स जो कि ट्रेंडिंग में आ रहे होंगे पेट्स के हवाले से। ठीक है, इसी तरह से अगर आपने अपनी नीश चूज कर ली कि आप जो है वो स्किल बेस्ड एजुकेशन पर लिखोगे, ठीक है, ब्लॉग्स लिखोगे, स्किल बेस्ड एजुकेशन पे लिखोगे, तो ये आपकी नीश हो गई। अब आप उस नीश में रहते हुए ट्रेंड्स को ढूंढोगे, ठीक है, तो उन ट्रेंड्स पे जाओगे, फिर उन ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक्स को जो है वो देखोगे कि कौन से टॉपिक्स आजकल मोस्ट ट्रेंडिंग जा रहे हैं गूगल पर, उनको सिलेक्ट करोगे, उन पर लिखना शुरू करोगे, क्योंकि जितना ज्यादा आप उन चीजों को चूज करोगे जो कि ट्रेंडिंग होगी, उतना ज्यादा आपका कंटेंट जो है वो उनकी सर्च में आएगा। और जब आपका कंटेंट सर्च में आता है तो फिर उस कंटेंट को हम कहते हैं सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइज्ड कंटेंट, राइट?
यस मैम, थैंक यू।
Okay, now the time is over. I think we must end up this session over here. So see you in the next session. Till then, stay safe, stay great. Good luck. But I will be waiting for your submissions on the course page. Okay. Thank you so much. Good luck.